was gonna live at least.
No,
Damn.
the tomb giant like loses his forearm. After like a second, whatever magic the flayed creature used to like harvest his flesh evaporates, and he just like withers and collapses. And the rawhide turns to you with a smile, and he's like, "Well, there's two of us. Do you wish to continue playing?" And the other tomb giant will be like, "I guess I could sit in if there's an open spot." The rawhide will be like, "Yes, there's always more room." He gives you a wink.
Well, what if I cashed out now?
Oh, but of course. What's fair is fair. He divides the flesh into two piles and gives you 17.5 pounds of tomb giant flesh.
I take
Good
it.
job.
Yeah, you have it.
I will call Eirrik over again and
I'm no longer involved in this problem.
Fuck.
I am not here anymore.
You don't want this tomb giant flesh?
I will leave it where it sits, and then I will say, a pleasure. Quite a fun round, indeed. We must be going, as other pressing matters have taken our attention.
But of course, come back anytime. And to the one tomb giant who's there, like, not wearing clothes, he'll be like, "You can take his clothes. He's not going to use them anymore. Why don't you go tell your friends that there's an opening at the table?" And the other tomb giant will be like, "Oh, okay, we have stuff we can bet." And he's like, "I'm sure you do." "Farewell, adventurers. Thank you for stopping by. There's always a seat at my table for you."
Farewell. I'm going to let the more lucky ones play next time.
But of course, yeah, that's what that side quest was.
That card game was awful.
Indeed.
Yeah.
His name is
What a
Clatchall. Clatchall currently possesses all the tomb giant's wealth. It's just got like all the loot from all the creatures in this floor. He's just been winning these games of chance by cheating the whole
degenerate
time.
gamblers.
It's so good. If you go super evil and convince other tomb giants to come bed with him, he'll give you money. Yeah. You guys will long be gone, but over the next couple of days, he effectively turns all of the tomb giants into bloody skeletons and then kills the tomb giant king that's here and leaves with his army. His small army of large-sized giants. Skeletons.
Wow.
Okay.
Indeed. Anyway, moving on. What would you guys like to do next?
Did you unmute your mic, by the way?
I
On
did.
stream? Okay, cool.
Yeah, Steve, let me know.
I gotta get some water real quick.
So
I
yes,
think we're gonna
you
go
guys,
fight the Lithoranti woman, right?
yes, you guys are well rested, and you would like to head on down to the central room with Lithranti.
Before we do that, can we talk to the tomb giant boss here, see if he has any of if he took any undead from upstairs, if we can just like buy those off of him and set them to rest?
Yeah, you can quickly chat with him. As you describe, like, recent bodies, he'll be like, the cultists took some of those below.
Ah. Thank you.
They're somewhere in Fallow Deep. Do you want to go through the rooms you've already explored and, like, look for them?
I kind of want to fix Tosmir Trent.
Yeah.
You know, he's a home.
That's what I thought you were
Give
gonna
me
do,
a
yeah.
perception check. As you kind of search over the next, like, 10 minutes, you go through the various rooms you were in previously. Now that combat is over, in the room you guys are actually in right now, some of the furnishings seem to be made out of, people. All of them, in fact, are made out of people. Some of them seem to be made out of, recent people. In fact, 3 people. And you can, identify them because of their more recent attire as, like, Paladins of Lastwall. And you can identify them and do what you will.
We don't have a way to get them back to normal, so I think the best we can do is just put them to rest.
Yes. Also, they are permanently mind-controlled by that Medusa who's now run away. So, yeah, you can smash them. They're fairly porous. And once you've destroyed all 3 of them, if you go back to see Tosmar Trent, he's no longer there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yay!
Woohoo!
We did it!
Successful things!
Woo!
All we had to do was had the guy who knows how to roll the dice.
We also
win.
made 17.5 pounds of flesh.
Yeah, but he left
You're
it
right.
there.
What are you guys gonna do?
I
with
mean,
that? Oh, you just
I
left
didn't
it
want to
there?
carry.
We definitely
I
left
left it on
there.
the table.
Oh yeah,
no,
he'll make use
he'll
of that.
take. Yeah, of course. At least I didn't have to give him anything.
I guess we go
If
fight
you-
the bitch with the scythe hand.
If you play against them earlier, like when you first get there, both of the Tomb Giants still have their wealth. If you like wait a
Mhm.
day, he's like acquired it all, but they still want to play and they have nothing left to barter but their lives.
Wow. That's pretty cold.
That's dark.
It's almost like it's an evil game with evil creatures doing evil things.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, are the Tomb Giants evil? I mean, I know they.
Yes.
Are they actually evil?
Yeah.
Okay.
He ripped someone's arm off.
No, the
Who's
Tomb
Lucy?
Giants.
The Tomb Giants.
Oh yeah, they make undead.
Okay.
They're
all right.
like negative energy affinity giants. Like you'd have fire giants, these are the negative energy affinity giants.
Hmm.
So not intrinsically evil, but like their society.
They do
is pretty
evil
okay.
stuff. Gotcha.
So yeah, again, in this room, I'll repopulate it. There were all these creatures. That central chamber. This is what you recall being there. Now, she did tell you to stop killing undead, and to your credit,
We have.
you did not kill any undead to the south. So you killed a Demi-Lich and a Grave Knight. You killed one sinew-stretched dude, and you killed the Stitch Crafter to the north. And I believe those were all of your combats, right? You fought like a construct
I
and
believe-
some wasps.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
killed the.
So you've killed 4 undead. Is that correct?
Yes.
Seems
Sounds
to be
about right.
correct.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
What would you guys like to do?
I mean, there's no way we can be stealthy, right? Like, she's just gonna see us coming.
I mean, you guys can cast all your buff spells. Garm can teleport you in. Yada yada yada. You just
Yeah, let's,
say all
let's
the words you'd
do-
like to say.
Let's do the buff carousel. We'll go telepathic bond. We'll do heroism. We'll do 3 heroisms. Garm, you get a heroism.
thank you.
And as soon as we're about to port in, which I think is the right choice, I'm gonna give Zim a death ward as well.
Thanks, buddy.
Sure. So everyone but Garm can put themselves somewhere in that room.
I would like to cast that. And
As
Zim, you and I
you
should-
guys are casting
we
these
should-
buffs,
Telepathic bond before we.
Garm, make
We
a
did.
perception
We
check.
did
Where are we going?
in the room.
Where in the
The
room? We
over-
going right next to each
I'm
other?
gonna go wherever you go, and Norm will probably go in like.
Eirrik,
corners.
you see
I mean, we
Gildeas
go for the
watching
big
you.
baddie, right?
And as you like notice him, he'll like come out of the shadows and be like, you're preparing to take the battle to Leandrin then. Sorry, Linthari then.
Oh, she did come and tell us to stop killing undead, and as much as my paladin order doesn't really like that, we probably didn't do a good job of that.
Gildeas
So-
will he'll kind of give you a nod and be like, I have been rather stealthy, and I have noticed Linthari getting increasingly upset at your destruction of her property as she sees it. However, she has not commanded her minions to attack you yet.
Really?
I do believe you are very close, though. You may still be able to merely walk past her.
Should we try and kill her? I'll think to Eirrik.
Oh, if she will willingly let us pass, if she is not, we can't really do anything about her. Like, we could make an enemy out of her, but nothing really will happen. If she's willing to let us pass, she's still stuck down here, and eventually she'll just return to her god. I'm okay
Okay.
with walking by her.
All right, I'd rather save the resources then, and I won't cast a death ward or heroism.
I believe last time you encountered Gildeas, you guys made some skill checks. And I think
Yeah, we made a bunch
you
of
have
skill
not
checks against him.
revealed your obols, correct?
No.
You've not revealed that. You did make a knowledge check about his history, and you
Mhm.
did identify that he at least for a moment, was not an evil aligned creature. Is that correct?
We know
Yeah.
he walked through that barrier because he was like on the path of penance.
We know
As-
that he's actively fighting Tarbafon's influence and just
As you
generally
guys
seems to
make
want to
it
rebel.
clear that you're going to be exiting this area and going to confront Tarbafon, he'll be like, I do not imagine you trust me entirely, but I will let you know that I intend to accompany you. From a distance, of course. I will not interfere, but I will travel with you to this new destination, wherever Tarbafon has gone, and I will attempt to assist you however I can.
Well, fucking A, Cotton.
We don't not trust you.
Yeah.
I mean, I did try to kill one of you.
It was his fault.
He
Don't
earned
blame
it.
yourself.
It was his fault. He gives a nod and smiles and Noggin it was a dumb thing to do. But I'm glad that you're stalwart enough.
People
to
have
not
to
die.
try stuff sometimes. Like, I don't know.
You just keep working on
Try
those math
something.
skills, buddy.
Yeah, just look at
Maybe
them
one day
numbers
you'll
there.
figure out why 2
How
and
many
2 don't
pillars
make
are
4.
in this room, Noggin?
7, I think. Wait, hold
He
on,
gives
let me count
a
again.
cold, chilling
Yes, man.
laugh as you guys break into a little bit of laughter and be like, good. Well then, I'll see you on the other side. And he'll slip back into the shadows.
Indeed.
Goodbye, friend. For now.
Indeed. As you guys all become Teal'c from Stargate. Indeed.
Engage.
Indeed.
Well, I, for one, would like the diplomatic option. As
Let's diplomacy the shit out of this.
Hey, that's my thing.
Yep.
Sure. When you're ready, let me know if you'd like to open that door.
I think we're good. Let's do it. I
Yeah, who opens the door?
think we'll just knock.
Oh. Yeah. The
We're not
door will
trying to
open,
be-
and you will
Who's
see
there?
Medium Undead 2, aka one of those vampires from before. One of the vampire dudes. He'll open the door and be like, Madam, your guests have returned. And she'll be like, yes, the interlopers. Let them in. You try my patience, you know this? I give you enough leniency to deal with these various thralls of the Whispering Tyrant. And what do? You go around desecrating the unholy name of Urgathoa, destroying her precious undead? Be gone from my sight.
That is what we came here to do, and we'll be out of your hair immediately. We do have a tendency to rub people the wrong way. If you could just let us pass, we will bug you no more.
She'll glower at you.
I'll just
Fine. She'll step to the side and let you use the teleportation circle.
woo, we go in.
She literally
Nobody say
attacks you if
anything.
you've killed 5 undead creatures.
Wow.
I was
That
gonna
was
say, this
really
much
close,
easier than I
then.
thought.
At 3, she gives you a warning. At 5, she attacks you.
So basically, I
It's really good
needed
you
to
didn't kill the Medusa.
kill the guy I was gambling with. That could have also been bad.
Correct. No, he wasn't undead. He's an outsider.
Oh, okay. Well, in
He's-
that
he's
case,
just
can we
a
go back
creature.
and kill him? Because
We'll kill him
did you
later.
see all that gold?
If
Like-
you attack him, he just teleports.
What?
He's not hanging out after this.
Oh, well, fuck that.
We
Would
have
you
to
guys-
one-shot him.
Before you leave, would you like a 24-hour casting of Heroes Feast? There seems to be an ample amount of food here.
Hey, sure doesn't feel like it.
I mean, I could have cast Heroes Feast for us when we woke
it
up,
may
as
have
I know
negative
that spell.
repercussions for non-worshippers of Urgathoa that have.
I was
affected
gonna
the
say Garm had this look about him, and I was like, I don't know.
I'm still stuffed from last time. Thank you.
Oh, she doesn't offer it to you.
Oh, then never mind.
I was
I'll
just
say
saying,
that.
out of game, there is food there. If you wanted to get back in her good graces, I'm sure she would be more than happy to give you some of this food.
I think I'm good.
No,
Yeah, no
pass.
problems. With that, she steps to the side. Garm, you can make a perception check as you're walking through this hall. About
Once
to
more
enter the
into the
teleportation
breach,
thing.
dear friends.
+2.
Neat.
3.
You do not see anything. AKA, you don't see Gildeus slip into the teleportation circle with you guys before it goes off.
Here, I'll tell you what you didn't see.
I'll tell you out of game what you missed. I mean, it's not like it's going to
Sneaky
do
little guy.
anything.
Yeah.
Yep,
He already told us he was coming along.
he
Yeah.
did
I know,
say he was coming
he
along.
did.
I trust him.
What a
Yeah,
boy.
so there is 3 teleportation circles here. They contain a permanent casting of teleportation circle level 20th.
Wow.
It seems as if Each one of these circles leads to a different location. There's one to the left, one in the middle, and one to the right. They aren't labeled.
It's not
I
like
will
a World of
ask-
Warcraft one where you
as
can
we
like
walk-
see the
Is that
city
like
in the
a World of
background.
As we walk up the teleportation circles, I will ask Litheronti, which one goes to where and which one should we take?
She'll snort and kind of like take her goblet of wine and glide across to the other side of the room and ignore you. One of the vampire attendants will come up to you though and be like, "My mistress is vexed by your presence, outsider." He'll gesture and be like,
But we're trying to leave as fast as possible. We just want to leave through the
"I
most
understand.
effective door.
You needn't explain to me, sir. I am the help. The portal to the left."
Okay.
He's the servant. He doesn't care.
Yeah, right.
The portal to the left will take you outside the ruins of Gallowspire. The central circle will take you to a spot 30 miles northeast of Absalom. The south one will take you to a slightly different spot, also outside of Absalom.
Did we see where the trails of undead were going?
They were going through both of the teleportation circles, to the middle and to the right.
And there weren't any more undead lined up to go through, right?
There are thousands of undead in these miles-long alcoves still present here, but they're dormant as there are currently no lieutenants left to take charge of them and animate them in a direction. Or a devil able to take charge of them and animate them to another plane.
Well, Eirrik, where do you want to go? Northeast or south?
We've narrowed it down to 2, I think.
I'd vote south just because east is for lame. I have nothing
True.
to back that up. But
Southbound and down. That's what the saying says.
I don't think so, but let's do it anyway.
Yeah. You guys pass through. As you do now, Gildeus will slip in. That's where you make a perception check. As you leave, the vampire steward will kind of like give you a bow as you like pass through and leave his sight. There is a whoosh of, movement or whatever, the usual teleportation effects, and you guys find yourselves no longer underground. It is middle of the day, and you are in a rocky depression, about
Ain't that
20
the fucking
miles
truth?
away from Absalom, as Garm quickly makes some absurdly high geography skill check.
Sure.
Several hundred feet away, you see a bunch of humans wearing armor. They seem to be dressed as guardsmen, destroying a ghoul horde that was like surging against their defenses. And moving to take cover behind some of these various like war-torn rocky terrain. Garm, you quickly identify this area as the Cairnlands, and you can make a knowledge history check.
Jesus fuck.
So yeah.
Plus 40 to knowledge history. Like, what?
Yeah, Garm's a nerd.
He's a nerd.
The fucking nerd, dude.
I think you're muted,
Fucking
Walt.
nerds.
You're a fucking nerd, Garm.
Thank you.
You know that the Cairnlands is filled with ruined siege engines and battlements. Notable among the ruins are a handful of like landmarks. There is the Red Redoubt of Karamos, the rundown Pyramid of the Dog, the Spire of Necks. There are these various battlements that were created by powerful wizards and other armies that landed on the shores of this island to try and take the city of Absalom. This is the Isle of Kortos. There's this shining city in the center that everyone wants, and outside of it are like some forests and then just war-torn landscape as people keep like landing, establishing fortresses and sieging the city for like a decade or so before losing or retreating or whatever. So the area out here is just kind of blasted. You believe that you are about 20 miles northeast of Absalom. And yeah, you also can easily identify that these people are the first guard of Absalom. They are effectively the city guard that are fighting off these ghouls about 500 feet away from you. And these are like your standard CR 1/2 ghouls, and they're like, finishing butchering, this last group of 50 that are attacking them.
To the rescue! Noggin charges in, man. You see undead,
Yep,
you kill
yeah.
them.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm right behind you, buddy.
you kind of just bum rush these hapless ghouls who fall effortlessly at your feet. This is like the part in the video game where like the first thing that happened was you fought like 1 drowned, and now you're fighting like 500 drowned, and they're just like getting one shot by your
Been playing
abilities.
some Witcher World?
I mean, what you replace drowned with whatever creature you want.
Sorry.
Urukai.
Like something that was a challenge for you is now
Gnomes.
just effortless, and there'll be like some mini
Ors.
boss, which will be like whatever the mini boss was of like the first or second book. That was like a big threat for you with like 60 health. You just like one shot it. It
I
becomes
will
very
add
apparent to the city
500
guard.
panache.
Yeah, you get no panache, as they're not half your level.
No, I know.
No panache.
No panache for you. No panache for you.
No
But
panache.
the city guard,
My panache is at full.
the city guard quickly identify that you are not to be fucked with.
That's good.
One of them will step forward. She's wearing like blood-stained armor. It's got like some of her own blood, but also like a lot of black ichor on it. Her sword, you can see the edge of it is like dull and covered in mud, and her hands are like calloused and bloody. Her sword's probably like lashed onto her arm with like a piece of leather. And she's got like the sword in one hand and like the banner of Absalom in the other hand, and it's just covered in mud. And she's like, "Hail, strangers! Good killing!"
Hell. And I'll raise
Hail.
my fucking soaked blade in the air.
Yeah, she'll give you a nod and like motion you to like come down and talk to her. As I imagine you're like flying through the air, butchering all these things.
That's what I do.
Just on a flying carpet.
Whee!
She'll give a smile and be like, "Are you Pathfinders? You look like Pathfinders."
Oh, in another life, I wish.
Haha. Roll credits.
He said the name!
You would know the Pathfinders are an organization of professional
Pathfinders,
adventurers that are like hired to go out and do adventuring.
No, we're far too stupid to be Pathfinders.
She'll like, kind of like she seems genuinely surprised that you're not Pathfinders. She's like, "Oh, the only people I've seen around these parts with power that rivals your own, aside from the Dark One himself." And she gestures off like, and you can see miles in the distance this dark cloud in the sky that's several miles across, and that's like where his legions are. She like gestures over there. The only people that rival that are Pathfinders typically, but you're welcome nonetheless. Unless, of course, you're here to kill me and my men, in which case we'll die on our feet. And she like kind of
Oh, no.
No, we're here to kill God.
Only if you are
no,
members
sorry,
of
the bad, evil
Tarbafon's
one.
army.
Oh. Well, there's a few surviving Knights of Ozum. Watcher Lord
well, then you are friends with us.
Watcher Lord Uthan II made it back from his
He
campaign
lives?
in Ustalav. Oh yes, he, as I understand it, he turned away from the battlefield and saved thousands of his men from being destroyed in the radiant fire that came after.
We
haven't
were
heard?
there.
He heeded the advice then.
That radiant fire is a bitch.
How lucky
He was
of
the
him.
one that we turned away when Arazni said to.
Yeah, I remember. Good shit.
Yeah, I believe you should meet with Captain of the First Guard, Rothos. He's back, 10 miles that way, and she gestures back towards the city, where you know the city to be, Garm. There's an encampment there that he's managing.
Is that closer to the
further
Dark Cloud?
away. Further away from
okay,
the front
okay.
line. Yeah, if you want him to put you to use. But I mean, again, she gestures at your flying cloud, your flying carpet. She gestures at the fact you teleported in, and like the shish kebab 9 ghouls that you're pulling off of your rapier. And she's like, she shrugs and she's like, "You can probably do whatever the fuck you want, though. Like, I certainly can't stop you."
We are not a party to take orders, that's for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
but we can listen.
I like to listen
She'll
occasionally.
she'll kind of give a nod, and maybe you sustained like some minor injuries, I'll say, during the combat, as the wounds close up from Jitzel's like aura of healing that he has on you guys at all times. She'll move over to the gnome and be like, Master Cleric, if you could. And she gestures at like her 30 injured companions. They're like in varying stages of like bandages. Their legs are in braces. They've got like ghoul claw marks on them. They probably all have between like 10 and 15 points of damage on them.
This seems acceptable, and I will just
I was
expend
gonna
the
say,
one channel.
Oh yeah, they're like topped off. They feel fantastic. She's like,
Yeah,
praise to Iamade. Thank you, Master. Thank you, Master Cleric.
fucking word.
In Arazni's name.
So, quick question. Do you know?
Oh, yeah, of course, I'm at your service, sir.
Do you know how we got here?
You flew in on that carpet.
Okay, this is going to be very uncomfortable. So,
She like again readies her sword. She like kind of like makes a defensive stance.
no.
I need you to bend over there.
So you are actually standing on top of a teleportation circle, and that's where all these
looks
undead
down
are
at like
from.
the trench she's standing in. Okay.
That leads back to somewhere that's infested with undead. We've done our best.
Men to the high ground. They'll begin scattering out of the trench back a little bit towards Absalom.
This bitch does not let us say one fucking
She
thing.
continues listening.
Irik's very interruptible.
Eirrik just said that they're standing on top of something that teleports undead.
That's true.
So she
That's
will
true.
immediately tell her men to move the fuck off of it.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Well, it's not right here. It's like, back
We
when
have
came
done-
in.
We have done the best
Oh.
we can to disable those who could send undead through these places, but we do know there's an additional teleportation circle somewhere. I'll motion over towards the cloud of bad stuff, somewhere that way. For now, I would recommend keeping an eye on this location, but staying here for too long may be hazardous.
I see. She like gives a nod. You can easily make a sense motive check. You think that what you're describing is like far above her understanding. If she's like a level 4 fighter.
Awesome.
So she's like, okay, we have some javelins. And she shrugs. What,
We should go talk to the captain, I think.
We should go talk to the captain.
Probably.
I was tasked with holding this battlement. We will certainly keep an eye out for dangers from the west. I appreciate that, outsider. Thank you.
Understood.
You're welcome.
I will go speak to the captain.
Yeah, you certainly can. That's yeah. You can continue talking with her if you'd like. She does
seems
not
nice.
have a name, but I can come up with one.
You're not meant to talk to her this long.
You're not meant to talk to her.
She's here to point you to the next thing.
Dude, there's so many
Go that
people. You
way.
don't even know how many people are in this phone tree.
Seriously? Holy shit.
Yeah. She'll tell you that, like, she had more people. She was part of a greater force. Her superior officer, like, took that force somewhere to the east to set up some battlements there and left her here kind of with this little small hidden force. And a pack of ghouls came by and saw them, and they engaged in that combat. But for the most part, they've just been, like, staying hidden here. And she shows you that she has a silver raven figurine that she's supposed to like send back to like the guard captain if like they're being overrun, to like let them know that this position has fallen.
Cool.
And she's like, yes, our line was 5 miles further out at the start of this conflict a week ago, and we've just been losing ground steadily.
Not
How
cool.
long have you been holding this position?
We've been here for 3 hours.
I see.
Have
That
you
makes
tried
sense.
doing your job better? I don't say
Noggin.
that. I don't say that.
Noggin is for sure chaotic evil. Now.
I
100%
definitely think
chaotic
it to my
evil.
party members, though.
Whenever you see us all shoot you, will look
No,
like, dude, what the
what Noggin
fuck?
actually
Have you
does.
tried not sucking? Maybe we'll just fucking kill you.
What Noggin actually does is this whole time he's just been counting. He's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And when he gets to 17, he's like 17. 17 dead men. That's how many men you've lost. And she's like, I know. Thank you.
He's working on his math skills. Sorry.
Again, she does not say
yeah.
anything. As she
He's like
is,
fucking Rain Man.
she's woefully unclassed and knows not to fuck with people that are above level 10.
Let's just spend an hour and a half talking to this bitch.
I like this character. This
yeah,
unnamed woman.
Her
Brown
name will
paper
be
bag.
her name will be Patricia. I'll write it down so I don't forget.
It can't be Patricia. I have a coworker named Patricia.
Yeah. It can't be named
Her name
anybody we
will
know.
be Patty.
That's fine. She hates Patty.
Oh my god.
So
Her
I
name will
talk
be-
to my
her name will be
coworker
Patty
Patricia
the
every
Trisha.
day.
Her name is Patty the Trisha.
It can't be Patty. My next door neighbor's dog is named Patty. That's just unacceptable.
It's just one of those names, man. It's like ruined forever. It's like I'll associate every Patricia with the one I work with from now on.
No, this
You
is
know how it
I
Patty.
once-
This is Patty the Trisha.
I
No,
once had a
obviously
patty
that's
melt
different.
and it was not very good. Really wish I would have gotten the Reuben, so don't name the next guy Reuben.
So, after you guys finish talking to this person who could have effectively just been not there, it would have served the same importance in the
You could have been
campaign.
How you
a
gonna
note
do
on a
Patty
fucking
dirty
drum.
like that? Dude?
Go that way.
It's just a signpost.
Yeah, she could have just been like one of those signposts from fucking Dark Souls. It's just like plot that way. With Patty in the rear view, you guys are free.
17.
Can her name be Patty Exposition at least? Patty Exposition would be amazing.
No, her company name. This is the Exposition Company.
This is the Exposition.
Don't you mean Expedition? No, Exposition.
The Exposition,
This
yes.
is the
We're not here to-
Expeditionary Force. We're here for exposition.
Weirdly enough, we keep running into people like you, so we just figured gotta explain the plot.
Yeah, fantastic.
Patty's gonna show up at the very end. Like when Topafon is dead
I'm
and
gonna
we're
kill
standing
her.
there
I'm gonna
heroic,
kill her
she's
off.
just gonna be like, "We're
Once you
here!"
kill Patty.
Patty's gonna die now. Now
No.
that she has something against you, I'm gonna take her from you.
She's already lost 17 men!
That's right. 17's our word of the
Good
day.
job, Noggin. You remembered. It's been
What's
like 30. It's been like 30 seconds.
Poor leadership's our secret word of the day.
Inadequate management of forces.
Captain of the First Guard, Rothos of Haud Vasil, will personally meet with you when you guys return to his outpost. There are a couple of people. So you guys can come upon, it looks like one of these older battlements. However, this one takes the shape of a like a tall tower that's like squat, standing on a hill. It's basically like one of those towers in like Eastern Plaguelands or whatever. Wide at the bottom, still a little wide at the top. And there's just like a handful of people outside. And there's a big palisade, which is a wooden wall made out of wooden posts stuck into the ground, pointing outward all the way around it to like stop horse charges. And then in front of that palisade is dug like a 5 or 6 foot trench that the palisades are then put on top of. So there's like a 10 or a 15 foot difference between the low point and the high point of the wall. Pretty cheap, inefficient, and sturdy battlement. And behind that, you see about 100 horses and maybe 200 or 300 men and women wearing garb of Absalom. However, you also spy, with Eirrik's obscenely high perception check, a dozen or so dwarves that seem to be tending to some rams that are there. The rams are wearing like heavy metal armor. And you also see a handful of people that are wearing like bundles of clothing as if they're very cold to be here. And they're all very tan. And you can identify them as being from Assyrian, which is like the Egyptian nation far to the south. And you guys don't arrive to fanfare, but, you know, there's your standard, hey, who are you guys? We don't know you guys. And you're like, we're not undead. And they're like, okay, you can come in. Sort of exchange that happens.
Nice.
I imagine the people vouch for us that we saved from the raid.
Oh, they held their ground.
They aren't here.
Yeah, they're like the big guys. They're like the we met with like the leaders. when we convince them to retreat.
Right.
Yeah, they're not like on the front line.
Right. That would make
We
sense.
have to go. We have to go meet them.
Yes,
I thought
you're
that's where.
now-
Okay.
You're
right.
going
My
to
bad.
the place where the leader is, who you've been told is Rothos,
Rothos.
a guy named Rothos, who's the captain of the first guard. So that's who you're looking to find. That's your quest giver that's here somewhere.
Mhm.
There's a bunch of people milling about outside. If anyone wanted to try and stop you, they physically can't. So, like, some people might yell at you. You can just ignore them. I mean, you're level
Nice.
17. You can do whatever you want. I'm just kind of here.
Go and
We
find the
go
captain of the
meet
guard.
Ramos or whatever.
Yeah,
his name
you
is.
like
Rothos.
say, hey, you, I'm trying to find the captain of the guard, and they'll be like, oh God, don't kill me. They're over there in that tower.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Are we
you're
really
on a
so
flying
imposing?
you're on a flying carpet. You're wearing like 250,000 gold pieces in magic gear. Like people just step the fuck out of the side. To you.
Yeah.
Like when you walk by, they're like, oh, that guy has like a cutting edge mount. I'm not gonna fuck with him.
I
I wish I had a
imagine it.
cutting
It's
edge
like
mount.
when
gladiator
Aladdin becomes
mount or
Prince
whatever.
Ali and
It's
he just starts
2400.
singing
Yeah.
that song and then going down the streets.
Exactly. Yeah, these people are like level 4 or 5.
I can dress you up like Apu.
The
This is so
hundreds of
perfect.
people that are gathered here, probably max level 10 or 11.
Noggin will walk
They have like
with
a
his head held
+2
high.
sword, and that's like good. That's good for them to have that.
That's a family
And
heirloom.
no other magic items.
I'll be like, yeah, we obviously know Patty.
Oh, you mentioned Patty. One of them will be like, Patty, she's still all right then, and he'll clasp like a locket around his neck.
Yes.
No, don't you
Good
do this,
sir.
Walter.
I walk up.
Don't you fucking do this.
We left her in a better
honestly
state
know
than
where
we
this is
found
going.
her.
I'm so glad she's okay.
I walk up to him and I put my hand on his shoulder.
He'll be like,
Listen,
I
lad.
told her that someone else could take the charge to the front lines. You know, she's 6 months pregnant, but she refused.
Jesus Christ.
Stop!
God damn.
But you know, she has to do what
I'll
she
stay
has.
home and take care of the quadruplets.
She has to do what she has. One of our kids has a rare blood disorder, and she needs the money for his medical treatments. I'm glad she's still all right. I'm sure nothing will happen to her.
Of course not.
And then he'll like sit back down in his wheelchair and wheel away from you guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like he stands up from his wheelchair.
He had that surge of strength, but for a moment, and then he goes back.
Oh, poor guy.
Mission accepted. Make sure
Save
Patty
Patty.
doesn't die.
Keep Patty safe.
Keep Patty safe.
This is the
This is like
the
keep
primary
Summer
objective.
safe. Yeah, this is the primary objective.
This is the darkest fucking timeline, is what it is.
Yeah, actually.
Very good. There is a man that you can find inside. He's looking over a large oak table that has all sorts of documents put across it, and there is a map of Isle of Kortos. And there's a marker where you are, there's a marker where the city is, and there's a bunch of markers over where Tarbafon's forces are. And he will look up, and he kind of quickly scans you, and he's like, "You're not Pathfinders, are you?"
I wish.
Oh, there's supposed to be some Pathfinders reporting to me. How can I help you?
From a certain point of view, we are.
We are from Lastwall. Here to help.
Yes. He'll like flip through some documents and he'll be like, he'll kind of look over you. Eirrik, I presume?
Eirrik Railford.
Eirrik, which would make you Hugo, Gnorm, and Noggin. Is that correct?
Aye, aye.
100% correct.
The Watcher Lord
So
told me
far.
of your involvement, and I'm grateful that you interceded and saved a good many men there. They've been of some boon to us as we've been starting to establish defenses here and try to put a dent into the Whispering Tyrant's forces.
Stubborn as
What are you
they
doing
were.
here, though?
We convinced them.
We came to help.
Well, we could use all the help we can get, though I'm sure your tasks are better suited than holding lines and dealing with the occasional ghoul raid. You seem like big damn heroes. Maybe you should be out there taking the fight to him.
Well, you know, we're gonna go kill Tarbafon and that'll all be fine. But I have one request for you.
Just gloss
but
over that
Quest,
part.
anything for you.
The mission of the book.
Yeah.
We're gonna go do it. But do you have
But
any
first,
But keep
but
Patty
first,
safe.
But first,
I have
Keep
a
Summer
request for you. You have a lieutenant on the front line.
Damn it.
Her name is Patty.
Jesus.
We've become
She's-
attached.
We're the
She's
quest-
needed immediately here at the command tent.
With a fucking
yes,
quest giver.
Miss Trisha. Of course, I'll send someone to relieve her and her expositionary force immediately.
Yes.
He'll like
And
gesture to a
please,
runner,
post haste.
and they'll like go off to like recover her. And you'll see like a small force of like 30 scouts will like mobilize and begin gearing up to like go swap out with her.
We can explain Fallow Deep to him. He seems like he should know about the teleporting stuff.
It seems like, well, this is perfect timing. He'll gesture, and you'll notice behind you in the doorway, a couple of figures appear. One seems to be a female dwarf. She is wearing polished mithril armor, full plate, which indicates she is above level 5.
She's a person.
And she has a large two-handed hammer strapped across her back. And she has a big holy symbol of Torag hanging from her chest. Standing to her side is a Osirian man who is wearing loose-fitting leathers, and he has a pair of like daggers at his side. And you notice he has like the swirl of Pharasma tattooed across the center of his face. This is Urga Sturwall of the Five Mountains, and Jitzel of Sothis from Assyrian. Both of their forces have come to join us here in our efforts. If there's any plans you wish to discuss, there certainly should be included among the discussions.
I think to the party that we probably shouldn't tell them about the Obels, but that we just need to get as close to Tarbathon as possible.
We are headstrong adventurers that think we can do it ourselves.
I mean, we're probably right.
Well, we need to get him.
We could use some help.
We
definitely keep Obels.
We need to get to Tarbathon without
keep
dying.
Obel's secret, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
do we come up with a plan? We read the room. Are they asking us to come up with a plan, or do they have a plan and they want to incorporate
They're
us?
going to give you the information that they have in hopes that you will share any information you have.
Got it.
Yeah, we'll give away pretty much everything freely minus the Obel information.
Okay. So you bring them up to speed. They will bring you up to speed. The Whispering Tyrant has left Gallow Garden in Gallowspire, and he's now here at the Isle of Quartos. However, he seems to be teleporting in reinforcements from Fallow Deep. Those have come to an end because of your efforts. However, more continue to flock from teleportation circles that are sending him forces from Gallow Garden. Normally, the Pathfinder Society comes to the defense of Absalom in times of this, as they're stationed here, and there's like thousands of level 15 plus characters, as everyone that plays Pathfinder Society has like high level characters, and this is like the end of year adventure is always a high level assault on Absalom of some sort. They are not here. They are in the Gallow Garden trying to put a stop to those reinforcements. They went there with the expectation to take the battle to the Whispering Tyrant, and then he teleported here. And they are too cumbersome and spread out to get back here in any timely fashion. So if these guys have any hope of defending the city and putting a stop to Tarbathon's forces, it's going to rely on you guys. They have enough high-level agents that they can effectively hold off 2 of the 3 flanks. There's a northern, a eastern, and a southern flank. So they can hold off. Sorry, I think the directions might be wrong. But there's 3 cardinal directions. Sorry, it's west. So it's northwest, and south. So they can hold off like the northern one and the southern one to force the Whispering Tyrant's forces to funnel through the western one, where presumably they should be met by the strongest line of defense they have, which would be you guys.
And how long do we have to sit here and battle nameless enemies before we get to
as far as they know, since you don't reveal your plan with the Obel, they're like, I guess we just try and hold out until the society comes back and bails us out of this, but if they don't show up, better to die on our feet than be raised as a ghoul.
Yeah, so this is where Eirrik needs to convince them to change their plan and push through to the tyrant so we can kill him.
So
I say you do
plan?
that. I mean, shouldn't that be the plan? We have to get close to him so we can activate the nobles.
We need
could
to
try
have
to
him
sneak
blow us
around
up.
to him somehow. Right. We need to bait him to use the radiant fire on us.
Correct.
How do we accomplish that goal? Because if we get too close, he'll just kill us with like a fireball or something.
He needs to feel like he's gonna lose unless he does that.
So maybe we do just need to kill endless waves of baddies for a while. I mean, if we weaken his forces enough.
As you guys are telepathically having this conversation, and the like kind of generals here are talking about ways they could approach this and like various forces they've seen, discussion of the radiant fire will come up, as it's a super weapon that they know their opponent has. Urga, the dwarf, will point out that the radiant fire could easily have been used at any time to destroy Absalom and all of its citizens. And Jitzel will be like, he hasn't done that.
Is there a shard here?
He wants to do that trial thing to become a god.
He can very easily infiltrate the city. And as Jitzel says that, yeah, that's what Jitzel believes, is that he wants to keep the test of the Starstone intact so that he can enter it and become a god. And then likely destroy it afterwards.
I will say this. I will say we have figured out what we believe a way to backfire the radiant fire on him. We need to bait him into casting it, and then it'll blow up in his face.
Wait a minute. So he's trying to get into the city?
Yes.
Yes.
Remember, because there's the trial, and if you succeed the trial, you become a god. And he thinks he can do it.
So we don't really need to go to him because he can come to us.
The other dwarf will like go pale at this, and she'll be like, "Are you proposing we let Absalom fall? That we let all of its citizens die? Are you insane, sir?"
He's a little insane, yes. But no, I don't think that's a thought. There's no bad ideas at the idea table. Just bad solutions.
Jitzel will be like, you say you have a way to make it backfire. Can you elaborate further?
Not without making a lot of things more present.
Okay. Let me ask some questions then. Does he have to use it to make it backfire?
Yes. He has to hit us with it.
I see. Then you should certainly confront him not at the city.
Correct.
That's the goal.
As it will still blow up the city.
Need a way for the four of us to get to him away from the city in a safe blasting range. How do we accomplish that with the forces we have?
Yeah. At this point, you'll hear a voice. Perk up from the corner of the room. Well, he's quite prideful. And you'll look over and you'll see Gildeas. And immediately, like, the paladin will, like, draw her weapon, like, swing at Gildeas. He'll, like, nimbly dodge out of the way. The ranger will fire some arrows at him. He'll, like, parry them. The other guy will, like, call to
Calm
arms.
yourselves, friends. Calm
Please
yourselves.
stop, guys. He's nice.
Gildeas is just, like, ignoring the damage as he's, like, CR20. He's just like, yeah I don't care. As, like, all these people start to fight him or whatever.
He's actually one of us. He's actually a Crusader. He just doesn't look like it.
Yeah,
We'll vouch for him, please.
Weapons are not stowed, but, he's given enough room to continue talking. So, there's like 5 crossbows pointed at him at all times or whatever.
Roll for racism again.
Fucking racist.
He is, in fact, a skeleton.
Maybe we should let them raise the city. You're racist.
And he'll say, if I have learned anything of my master, is that he is fallible. He is incredibly prideful to a point of failure. If you were to irritate him and draw his ire, he would certainly personally come and dispatch you. Now, you could do this by stopping his forces, killing thousands and thousands and thousands of undead, and proving that he would not take Absalom. This would take time. He would likely discharge the radiant fire at some point, perhaps on you, perhaps not. But if you wish to make yourselves the object of his ire, you would need to do things that directly taunted the tyrant, as it were.
Should we date his mother?
He'll again give that, like, mirthless hollow chuckle that he did before. And be like, no. He's, despite being unfathomably powerful. I believe he's rather simple to manipulate in this way, though it's almost like poking a crocodile in the eye with a very short stick. It only leads to one inevitable bone-crunching outcome, but you can generate that outcome 100% of the time if you wish.
I see where you're going with this. We get a stick.
We need a stick.
Mechanically, there are various locations where there are certain lieutenants present, or there are certain things that the Whispering Tyrant might be interested in, or might especially like a certain group of undead that he personally made. Things like this that aren't just your standard wishy-washy trash units. And if you dispatched these particular undead, or did other things to mock and debase his efforts, his extensive network of spies and high-level magics and stuff, he would know it was you, and he would likely seek you out to meet his justice upon you. So, if you'd like to do that, Gildeas can certainly tell you of some things on the battlefield that would piss him off. Good.
In the ballads, I would like it to be known that we pissed off Tarbafon.
Yes. So
there will be ballads.
And there will be blood.
So basically, these are various things that you can do that are presented across the board. And in addition to let's say he created this undead and he really liked it. You can go kill it. It'll piss him off. If you kill it in a humiliating fashion, or make some sort of check after you kill it to flip Tarbafon the bird, or take a dookie on the corpse of the undead, or exactly. Basically mock him further, you can piss him off faster. Is how this little mini system works.
That seems like a great plan.
Yes.
Yes. Sure. So yeah.
Fucking press ham. Let's do it. So,
a more immediate concern, there is a towering enemy, just a half mile away. It is a giant colossus made of flesh that the locals and the defenders here are calling the Cairn King. And Gildeas will note that Tarbafon sculpted these by the dozens in the past, and it took a considerable amount of resources to make each one. And he's only grown more powerful since then, so the process of creating these is likely easier. However, it's a powerful enough type of undead that if it was destroyed, the Whispering Tyrant would know immediately of its destruction and be curious to look at who did it. So it'd be a good way to kind of introduce yourself to the Whispering Tyrant.
Got it.
So that is one that they suggest you begin with.
Sure. Sounds good. Yeah. Should we take a host of people to back us up to fight the minions?
This is our problem.
Well, while you guys handle this, they're going to go, the other generals are going to go to the other cardinal directions. So, the captain of the first guard is going to hold this place down. The other two people, the Dwarf Paladin and the Assyrian Ranger, are going to go the other two directions you guys don't go.
Okay. Makes sense.
And they're going to deal with their own CR20 encounters while you're dealing with yours. But yeah, exciting. So, you guys can certainly head over there.
Let's go over there.
On the large overworld map, it effectively, there's a little notation there, and it seems to be a partially buried siege castle. This is something that was built long ago that's sunk into the ground here. It's probably got many layers. And the first guard, Rothos, will tell you that reports he has from it says that the towering colossus is composed of hundreds upon hundreds of corpses pulled from the shallow graves in the Cairnlands. The soldiers have nicknamed this colossus the Cairn King. Destroying it would certainly uplift the city's defenders' spirits and send a clear message of defiance to Tarbafon. It kind of rolled in, butchered the people that was there, and it's just been sitting there for the last couple of days. He sent some scouts to go check it out, and it seems as if you can get to about 200 feet before it engages you. At which point you need to run like hell. Or more accurately, hope your horse runs like hell to get away from it. But it's just there. It's probably there to like hold down that position so the Tarbophon can use it in the future. But it doesn't seem to move really out of that area. Though it will engage you if you like come within a distance.
Oh, I mean, seems like a good thing to do to me.
Yeah, let's go piss Tarbophon off.
Sure.
Yeah.
You guys have
Stick it in his butt.
filled out your wills, right?
I don't have anything of value.
Yikes.
I think we have the only thing of value in this city.
Jitzel, can you take the Staff of Divine Necromancy?
Class levels?
Can I?
I mean, I
take
guess my
Staff
only
of
question
Divine
is, and I think
Necromancy?
the answer is probably no, we don't have time to like prep shop last minute.
Oh, you guys could certainly go like the 10 miles into Absalom proper and go shopping if you wanted to. You can buy literally anything in this city. It is the largest city on the planet. One of the largest cities on the planet.
Do we
That,
want to
however,
do that?
would take a lot of time.
Yeah.
Take a couple hours. You could certainly teleport there and then buy a bunch of stuff and a scroll of teleport and teleport back, and it would take like 30 minutes. If you'd like to go shopping, now would be a good time.
That would be pretty much the only time I'm thinking.
What do we got for gold, team? I'm
We
pretty
have
sure
a
I'm
lot of
broke.
gold.
Am I
We
broke?
have somewhere around like 400,000 gold, probably closer to 500,000 gold.
I have 1,200 gold.
We
But
have
a
a
lot of
200,000
items, yeah.
gold piece magic item for like
yeah, okay, let's go
60,000.
buy some OP buff spells.
They've learned.
Ivy has learned. I was ready to charge in. Kill this Cairn King. Let's go.
What are we? You want to liquidate the party sheet?
Let me pull stuff off.
Yeah, and let's buy some.
Yeah, we might need it for later.
Well, scroll
Right.
of greater heroism is like super. I should take that, or you should take it. It doesn't really matter.
What?
Jitzel, do you want this meta magic rod or no?
No.
Sick.
So now I have it.
Can you
set
take
to
the
where
staff off the
they
sheet?
can't hear me unless I'm pushing this, Steve.
I can take it. I probably
This
will not
creature
equip
is
it.
very
It just so we can use it at the
underpowered.
start of the day to give us Death Ward.
I see.
Right, which we should do right now. How long does Death Ward? I mean, Death Ward lasts for me rounds per minute,
Yeah, or minutes per level.
minutes per level. So maybe later.
Yeah,
We'll use
later.
it.
Or we just buy a wand of Death Ward. Everything's off the character sheet that I care about.
I don't think
What's,
there's anything in there I care about.
What is this really expensive thing that we have on here?
The Mantle of Faith, the Ring of Earth Command. The Meta Magic Rod isn't as expensive as I thought. The Elysian
yeah.
Shield.
The Ring of Earth Elemental Command is 200,000. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. We don't want any like cure healing potions. I guess we don't really need those. All right, in terms of gear, who needs rings? I need a ring of protection plus 5.
We're good to vend this sheet.
Okie dokie.
I need a higher ring of protection as well.
Yeah, what's the cost to go from 4 to 5?
So you guys arrive in Absalom.
Yes.
It is a city that is divided into a bunch of these different districts. There's like the poorer district, the more expensive district. There's a bunch of vending districts. You notice there is a large kind of university space in the center, the Grand Lodge of Absalom. And there's also like a vast port. It's kind of, the city kind of looks like a crescent moon, with the inner part of the crescent moon being a big old port with lots of like ships and stuff like that docked at harbor. And as you make your way through the streets, you find other people that seem similarly dressed as you and of that level here. You no longer are an outlier. It seems as if this is more or less a common place for people above level 12 to be hanging out and shopping and doing things. And there's lots of establishments that cater to that level of clientele. As you go to sell stuff, where'd you like to go? What kind of business are you trying to go to?
I want to upgrade all my armor to +5 if I can, and my
So
Yeah.
upgrading armor and stuff would take time, is the only constraint I would think about. We can buy new stuff.
I guess I could just sell my ring of protection +4 and buy a ring of protection
I'm being
+5,
pedantic.
right?
My apologies.
I mean, you're right. I mean, does it mechanically really make a difference?
My thought is we can buy just like consumables like scrolls and shit like that because, I mean, we're going to die in a day anyway.
Yeah.
Let's just
I
get
don't
as
want to
strong as
die
we
on the
can
way
right
to
now.
die, but true.
My
I guess
thought is if we do scrolls, wands, shit
I
like
don't want to
that.
die on our way to die.
Yeah. No, I
Quote of
think
the game.
really
Quote
you're
of the
probably
game right
right. We
there.
just get
I mean,
like
I mean,
6 or 7
technically,
wands of good shit.
as long as you
Energy
and Zim both
protection.
don't die,
Yeah.
that's all that really matters.
Energy protection, wand of death ward,
Maybe a scroll of miracle or something, just in case.
another
someone
miracle
gets-
scroll would be super good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking for consumables.
Gem
Yeah.
of
You're
You
like-
Guild
ask around like where to buy consumables at, and they're like, you can either go to the Grand Lodge, there's some vendors in there that sell consumables, or you can head over to like the Trade District.
Trade district sounds good.
Yeah.
Is there a wand of Slay Tarbathon?
No.
The street urchin
Maybe.
chuckles and like heads off down the path.
Muhaha!
Yeah, heading over to the Trade District, it seems as if about half the businesses are closed. There
sense.
are a couple that are in the process of like loading up wagons, and there's various wagons and carts and people carrying goods down to the docks. As it seems as if a large amount of people are leaving the city.
Fucking
Yeah.
pandemic,
Seems
man.
There
right.
is like
These big city mask mandates.
storefronts. There's storefronts that would be like deep standard storefronts with like lots of space or whatever. And then there's just a guy who's dressed rather finely, sitting on like a half of like a whiskey barrel or whatever, with his feet up on another half of a whiskey barrel. And next to him is like a single treasure chest. And he's got a white furred monkey sitting on his shoulder. And he's smoking like a long-handled pipe. And as you're kind of like looking around for a business, he'll like take the pipe out of his mouth and be like, "Greetings, strangers. What can I do you for? What you looking for?"
I love this, man.
It seems people have packed up their wares. We're just looking to trade.
Ah, yes, rats leaving a sinking ship. One can only sympathize too far. You're looking to trade, eh? He's holding a pipe out of his mouth. He holds it there as a tail unfurls from his like duster jacket and will hold the pipe for him so he can stand up with both his hands. And he'll say, "What are you looking for?" And he'll flip his treasure chest around and open it so where only he can see inside. I have quite a few things in here, and he'll begin rummaging through it, and you'll see him like pull out the hilt of a sword that's like 7 feet long and just kind of pull it out of this treasure chest of infinite size. And kind of like set it next to him. And he'll begin rifling
pull
through
it
it, and
out
he's
harder.
like, "Oh, what's this?" And he pulls it out, and it's like barding for a horse. And he pulls out like this 5-foot section of armor and like sets it down on the table next to him. His monkey has like gotten off his shoulder and like his spit shining the armor for him. Got a bunch of nice things in here.
Got any scrolls or potions for temporary uses? Need, I'm thinking Scroll of Miracle.
Ho, scroll of miracle, eh? Let's see what we got here. Got a preference on your deity? Be they good, evil, or somewhere in between?
I'm going to telepathically say this dude is going to gut us for everything that these are worth. So
Absolutely.
maybe we go somewhere else.
Where else are we going to spend money?
Yeah.
I mean, we can try the other place.
Where
We're gonna be
else
dead in
indeed?
like 3 hours. Who cares?
can't
We just
take it
need
with
to
you.
live.
I guess that's true.
Highs, good aligned. Lows, evil aligned. He's like, "I got a scroll here." He kind of unfurls it. You can read the writing on the side of it that says miracle, and he kind of like looks at it for a second. He's like, "Some neutral deity. Da, da, da. Pharasma. Got a scroll Pharasma here, a miracle one." He sets it down. He continues rifling. He will have, how many scrolls will he have? He has 2 more. Ooh, this one burns the hand a bit. He sets it down. Must be one of them goody goodies. The monkey that's there will unfurl it and squawk at him, and he'll be like, "Oh yes, Aaron Ray. Yeah, she doesn't like me too much."
Can't
and
imagine why.
The last one here in Frills, you'd be like, this is a good one. Besmara, Goddess of the Gales. This is the one you should buy. I'll give you a discount on that one.
Please don't buy that one.
Let's take that one. I want that one.
He will sell you.
Wait, why not?
He'll sell you the Good Alliance scroll for 10% more, the neutral scroll at cost, and the Besmara scroll for 10% off.
I think
Me
we
and
go with
Besmara
the
might have a
neutral.
small history, and
Oh, you do you?
I wouldn't say a good one, but I would definitely say time in the shackles hurts everyone.
Well, Noggin begins picking his fingers with his rapier.
Okay, so yeah, we'll buy the good one, thank you.
But of course, he'll sell that to you for whatever, 25,250 gold pieces.
Yeah, can
Something
you
like that.
sell all the shit on our sheet, please?
Yes.
Be
Thank you.
27,500.
27,500. And I will distribute your golds.
Thank you.
Sick.
Yo,
There you go, biscuits.
biscuits.
God damn it, biscuits.
You can add 47,415 gold to your sheet.
Sounds good.
Biscuits.
How much gold does Biscuits have?
Biscuits
A
has a
lot.
lot of gold.
Yeah,
Biscuits,
have-
Biscuits has 160k.
Nice.
You've gotten 160k raw gold in this game.
Nice.
This is a
Let's
lot.
see. What else do we want? We want Wand of Death Ward. No, we don't need a Wand of Death Ward. We
That
have
would
Wand
be
of
very
Death Lord. On anything but a
want that?
3, he has it. Oh, dude got it right here. He pulls out what seems to be the femur of a toddler. Kind of
Sure.
waves it around.
A human toddler?
Can't be picky now.
Be like, one of them humanoid types, probably a human. Sets it down. The
We'll
elven
take it.
ones are a little slender, and the gnome ones are itty bitty ones, like little toothpicks.
That's us.
That is you,
We're
little
bitches.
champ.
Yeah. You want to write a
Do
scroll?
you have
I
like
paid
an
for it.
abacus or something? This guy's learning how to do math.
Oh, he certainly has an abacus. He'll like be like, an abacus. He like says something to the monkey in monkey, and it'll just hop off his shoulder and
In
run down the
monkey.
street.
It's
You
something
can
in
watch
monkey.
it. You can watch it from 50 feet away or whatever. It's just kind of like picks up a rock, smashes a window, goes into a structure, and comes back a minute later with like 3 abacuses and just kind of puts them into the pile of stuff you're buying. And he's like,
Sure.
"We'll call those a gimme."
Thanks.
Nice.
Thanks, friend.
He's still learning. What else do we want, Garm? Wand of Fly seems pretty good.
We have the wand
Why?
of airwalk still.
Oh,
Yeah.
we do. You're right.
We
Okay.
already all fly.
Anything
I don't
third
actually
level,
meant to
anything
lie,
third
but-
level or lower, he'll automatically have.
Okay. Garm, I don't know what I'm looking for. Energy protection.
We have the protection from energy stuff already. How many charges do we have that of Jitzel?
Is there like a prevent death? thing?
37.
I know death
37,
ward,
20.
but like, is there like?
Oh, you want
When
to scroll
you
a
would
raised
die-
dead? Those are pretty popular. Might
I
have
mean,
a
I
couple left.
literally have one.
He'll kind of wince and be like, sadly, we got no raised deads, but we do have this. He'll pull out like a leather tube that's covered in dust. And he'll like blow the dust off of it and creak it open. And you'll get like that old moldy smell. And he'll pull out like a very old piece of parchment. And he'll be like, yes, this is the good one. And he'll like cork it back up for you. Reincarnate. About as good as raised dead. Half the price.
Yeah, that doesn't sound cursed at all.
I don't know what that is.
It's only
It's
cursed if you come
hilarious.
back as a gnome. No offense, friend.
It's raised dead, but you roll on a table to see what race
Yep.
you come back as.
Indeed, he gives you a wink.
Side note, in my 5e game, we lost our dwarf paladin who was 250 years old, who got reincarnated as a 23-year-old Aasimar woman. And
Wow.
it's fucking hilarious.
Fantastic. I had a half-orc swashbuckler of Cairnland, the god of drink, who was an alcoholic, and he got reincarnated as a 19-year-old half-elf man who had a brand new liver. So he could not hold his alcohol anymore. And I'd taken all the feats that give me bonuses for being drunk, but my character now took all the penalties for being drunk because he wasn't an established drinker. So it's fantastic.
Wow.
It's such a hilarious.
It's
we
a good
may as
song.
well take it. I mean, why not?
Reincarnation, sure. Why not?
But
Add to the
Sell
list.
that to you for 1,000 gold.
Deal.
We have 150,000 gold left, Garm. Let's spend it on stuff.
You want to buy a
Can't
house?
take it. Can't take it with us.
He pulls out a leather portfolio that seems to have a bunch of deeds to properties around Absalom.
Don't need a house.
Oh, all right.
It might not exist in a few
Seems
minutes
like
anyway.
you're spending quite a bit of gold pieces here. You wouldn't happen to be Pathfinders, would you?
No, why does everybody
I
keep
wish.
asking that?
Why does everyone keep rubbing it in?
Actually, we are.
Yeah, we are.
He'll be like,
Totally.
I have
that.
special rates for the Pathfinders, and he'll explain that he'll take your prestige in exchange for these items. You guys don't know what that is, so he'll be like, I see. Well, we do have the standard Pathfinder Last Will and Testament. He pulls out like a thick document that has like several pages on it, and he'll explain if you want to, upon your death, have any of your wealth bequeathed to another character. He can certainly set that up.
I
for
sign everything I have over to Patty.
you. Damn. Yeah.
There will be nothing left of me when I die, so that's not generous.
Yeah, I mean, he will, if you want to, it costs 10 gold to have the Last Will and Testament filled out.
Sure, why not?
Sure. How much do you want to leave her?
Everything left on my corpse.
If you
I
can
don't
find it.
have anything else left.
I mean, if you didn't want to
Everything I
spend
have, I
all
have
your
on
gold
me.
and wanted to, like, leave her 50,000 gold or something, you could do that.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that nice.
Yeah.
We can leave
I'll
their
spend it
5
later.
family a nest egg.
I'll do
Sure.
it.
No, I'll leave her
Your family of
1,000. I'll leave her 1,000 gold.
Sure,
which
go ahead,
is
Marcos.
an
Yeah,
insane
he'll
amount.
have-
I'm going
he'll
to
have
leave
you
her
fill out the Last Will and Testament.
25,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, well, he might need. Hold on.
For what?
You can buy an estate in town for 30,000, he says, if you want to buy her a nice house.
Sure.
Oh my god. No, we need that. We need to buy buff spells,
Yeah.
Sim.
All right, he'll be like, you have to talk to my associate, Mr. Buttons, for that. He gestures at the monkey, and the monkey will pull out a monocle and begin squeaking at you and gesture for you to come sit next to his table.
I will sit next to the weird.
Well, I
looking
believe
monkey.
Noggin is purchasing real estate.
Oh, Noggin's
What
really
the fuck?
going to spend
Like,
30,000
really?
gold on a
Yeah, of
house?
course. What else are we going to spend the gold on?
Buff spells.
We have so much money, there's not enough buff spells to buy.
Say one
Fine.
of them.
So far, we've
Just
talked to
pick
Patty
one.
for half an hour, and now Zim's buying a house.
Yeah, I mean,
The true millennial
you
fantasy.
don't
talking to a
understand
woman
the
and
monkey.
owning property.
No,
Zim,
of course
you,
not.
you don't understand the monkey, and as it becomes apparent you don't, he kind of like squeaks a couple of times. Then he reaches into his tiny vest and pulls out like a small vial of liquid and motions for you to drink it and hands it to you.
Do I know what it is?
Do you have perception or craft alchemy?
I can roll a perception check.
Yeah, you can sniff it before you drink it. It's like it's like a thimble of liquid.
Yeah, I have no fucking idea what this
It's
is.
a potion of some sort.
Down it.
Yeah.
Gulp.
You guys see Zim drink this, and then he turns into a monkey.
He's evolving.
He shrinks down to the size of like a small capuchin monkey with like a beer belly. All of his gear just polymorphs into his body.
Amazing.
You no longer understand your companions. You understand monkey though, and you can telepathically communicate with your companions still.
Oh,
In
cool.
monkey, or in? Do we understand
Uh,
that?
In common, it would still be in common.
Okay, cool. Cool,
Okay.
cool, cool.
Oh yeah, the monkey would be like, "Pleasure to meet your acquaintance. Apologies if the new fit is a little uncomfortable. It should only last about 10 minutes though."
It's a little less nimble than my previous form, but it'll do.
A good joke, surely. But yes, what kind of home are you looking for?
Noggin's confused by that. I'm looking for something maybe on the north side of Absalom, maybe by the water.
North side. He'll like thumb through some of the papers a bit. Be like, we have a lovely brownstone here. He'll like pull it out and slide it over to you. This is a nice elven estate. It's been in an elven family for some time. They recently sold it at what I think was a steal. They're convinced that the town's going to fall or something.
Can't imagine why.
There was an oracle in the bloodline about a year ago, and they were convinced
Oh,
that
I
some
see.
sort of cataclysmic event was coming to Absalom, though I don't know what that could possibly be. Slide that over to you. This one is an interesting property. This was actually owned by a Taldan lord who, until recently, did not live in the city. So this has actually just been a ward of the city, and it recently fell into like contract dispute, and we were able to acquire it at a pretty substantial cut, though you might have some squabbling with Taldan heirs coming to claim ownership of it in the future.
Oh, I see. This first property, is it near the water?
The brownstone, no, I'm afraid nothing's next to the sunken district. Those homes tend to be a little cheaper. Now, if you want something on the cheaper side of things, he'll pull out a different stack of papers.
No. I'm looking more for beachfront, but if that's all you have, this brownstone will probably do.
Yes, of course. It's right in the Ivy District. He'll tell you it's effectively a gated community. The town guards tend to keep a lot of people out, like the general riffraff. It's far enough away from the slave district that you won't get any of those slave smells coming up on the high breezes.
Good.
Yeah. And he'll point out like a couple of nice bistros that are next to it and things like that.
Excellent. This will do very well for Patty and her husband and their 9 kids. Tell me, how much is this one going for exactly?
This property is 30,000 gold pieces.
30,000. Well, it's a little out of my price range, but I suppose it'll do.
Yeah. All of them are like around 30,000. If you want to make a diplomacy check, you can try to haggle it down a bit.
Sure.
He'll say that he doesn't like he advises you to have like a lowest that you're willing to offer and then your maximum, because he's going to have to bring these bids to the owners.
I see.
And
he's the realtor.
Yeah, he's the realtor. So
okay,
it'll cost you anywhere between that. So he'll hold the full 30,000 in escrow. It might only end up costing you like 27,000 down the road.
Don't waive inspection. That's a trap. Your realtor's going to tell you to do it. Don't waive it because you don't want to get blindsided.
He assures you not to waive inspection. These are all elven construction. He'll tell you that the elves are very shoddy craftsmen. Not like those robust dwarves.
Oh, not bad diplomacy, but we're level 18, so it's not great.
Zim spends about 10 minutes filling out paperwork with the monkey.
17.
You see them squawking at each other. The monkey hands him an ink pen. You see Zim doesn't have any ink. The monkey gestures at his anus, and Zim takes his hand and puts it in his anus, and then covers the tip of the pen with it, and scrawls with his own defecations the signature on these monkey contracts.
Oh my!
Alyssa's face in the background is like.
Hey, honey. Hey, honey.
This is the climax of the story.
The monkey definitely climax.
This is the filler episode before the final episode.
It's literally Ember Island players.
Yeah. Oh god.
This is the volleyball montage scene in every anime.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for buying a house for a couple in a wheelchair.
I'm literally buying a house for somebody not even me.
Did you want it to be wheelchair accessible?
It does need to be wheelchair accessible.
It does need to be wheelchair
If you want to spend an
accessible.
extra 3,000 gold, they will install ramps and stuff like that.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
And things
It'll
of
have to
that
be.
nature.
I mean, Patty's dear husband, Charles, he needs to be able to roll up to his front door. So.
Charles.
Just gonna write down who's on the kill list.
Got it.
So while Zim finishes up with Mr. Button.
I'll pay him
kills you four and Patty and Charles.
33,000 gold
Yeah,
pieces.
you go and mark off 33,000 gold pieces. It is well spent, Zim.
I think so.
Scrolls of break enchantment, scrolls of teleport.
You definitely need ways to not be petrified. That's what
Yeah.
Yeah, scroll of break enchantment and
Like 5 of them.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Just how many scrolls of break enchantment do you have right now, big guy?
Roll a die. Break enchantment. We got 3, but I do
Yeah,
have
we'll take
4 kegs of basilisk blood.
We'll take
Sounds
1
tempting.
keg of basilisk bug.
You'll
Just
be like,
in
yeah,
case.
some Pathfinders did a mission where there's some basilisks, and they bottled some of their blood and brought it back to me. Mm-hmm.
We'll take the 3 scrolls.
You also have never asked this guy his name, but you do know
No,
he's called Mr. Buttons.
Yeah, that's what's important. Mr. Buttons and Associates.
We know the monkey's name. That's fine. That's enough.
I'm Mr. Fain, broker of the agents.
We also know Patty and Charles.
Yep. Well, would you guys like to buy anything else from this vendor? There are other vendors that you can certainly go talk to. Or you can dive back in the action and go fight a giant flesh golem.
Yeah, that.
Time to dive back into the action.
Kill Flesh
Sweet.
Golem.
Before Zip
scroll of
buys another
teleport.
house
Then
for
we'll
someone.
come back and buy a car.
The real estate of market right now in Absalom is probably a good time to buy. I think a lot of
Right?
people are
Definitely
moving
a buyer's market. Yeah.
as the town is under siege by effectively a demigod. So
Everyone seems really motivated to sell.
a lot
I
of
will
motivated
power
sellers.
to destroy
A lot of
entire
motivated
nations.
sellers.
A lot of just
So
the
like
gully.
the cheaper properties you can pick up for like pennies on the gold piece here, but the more expensive properties, these are ones that like already belong to level 15 characters, and they're pretty confident that like nothing's ever gonna like destabilize their city, so they're not gonna sell for anything really below market.
Fuck it. I mean, what's the CDO market here? Like,
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
I'm a monkey.
I'm a monkey.
I'm just a monkey.
Scrolls of teleport, scrolls of greater teleport.
Teleport, you say. He will have 6 scrolls of teleport. Greater teleport, he will have 3 scrolls of greater teleport.
Take them all.
Yeah, we'll take them all.
What do you buy?
No, Steve, there are no Pathfinder NFTs. Yeah, you can buy it all. You can, at one point, he will, you'll ask for something a little more obscure. You're like, oh, we need, scrolls of break enchantment. He'll be like, oh, those might be located in the back. And he'll just put his head inside there, and you'll hear him yell, Baron, go get the scrolls! Coming right up, boss!
Oh, no.
And then he just, waits there for 30 seconds or so, and he's like, good help, hard to find these days and everything. And you'll see, a hairy, dwarven arm stick out of the chest holding a scroll. And he'll, take the scroll from it. Be like, yeah, there you go. What else?
Question. Is that man who lives in the chest there?
Squeak, 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 squeak. He speaks
Fuck.
monkey, you're fine.
Oh, right, I forgot. Is he a master wizard?
Oh, no, that's Baron. He's the master of my vault.
Baron the master wizard?
Yes.
Shut the fuck up, Sim.
I missed something.
It's a magic card, Ivy. Continue.
Oh, no. Not with 2 R's, 1 R, 2 N's.
Oh, that's completely different. Never
But
mind.
of course.
I'm thinking of someone else.
You can get
I
a
have-
scroll of greater angelic aspect, which gives immunity to petrification.
Yeah, it's that thing that Jitzel has.
It is.
It is that thing
It
I
is a
have.
very expensive scroll, but you can certainly buy it.
How
With your infinite
expensive?
monies. Is it an 8th level scroll? You'd have to roll to see if he has one.
3,000.
On
Is it-
anything but a 3, he has it. He, in fact, has 1.
Is it 30,000 gold?
3,000.
3,000.
Oh, okay. Well, then I have it. I'll buy it.
Yeah, you squeak at the monkey will squeak at him. He will shout down at the dwarf, and the dwarf will recover an angelic scroll. This one, Fain will not touch. And Baron will come out. You'll see a shopkeeper-looking dwarf. He's got spectacles. His hair is slicked back. He's actually clean shaven, and he's wearing suspenders. He's got a little bit of a belly. And he'll come out and be like, gentlemen, I hope everything's going well. Here those are for you. Anything else I can get for you while I'm down there in the obscure scroll section?
I'll just look at Eirrik anything else we need?
Steve
I
is
paid
also in
for-
chat and is happy to suggest any scrolls.
Right?
Steve, anything else we need? I don't know why I'm yelling.
You're
Speak louder, he
yelling
didn't
at
hear
the guy
you.
inside the treasure chest.
What are the
Steve's
chances
down there?
you have a amulet of Ghost Mighty Fist? Ghost Touch Mighty Fist.
Oh, Amulet of Ghost Touch Mighty Fist? That costs less than 10,000 gold. Fain will be like, please don't insult my intelligence.
Thank you.
And he'll gesture at the dwarf, and the dwarf will just kind of sigh, and he'll reach underneath his shirt, and he'll take off his Amulet of Mighty Fist and put it on the table.
Oh, no!
I'll go get
Everything's
another
for
one
sale.
from the back. And he'll head back
I
downstairs.
thought that was the last one.
No, it's just
you.
the one he had closer.
What about, should we buy Belt of Incredible Dexterity? That doesn't go higher than 2, does it? Does it go up to 4, 5,
What?
4,
6.
6, 8?
You have a +2 belt right now?
Yeah. Should I have more?
Okay, so we need to redo how we spend our money. Because you can get a +6 with 2 different stats, big guy, and that seems better.
I have a Belt of Dexterity +2
Oh my
and a Headband of
God, you only have a
Charisma
22
+2.
dex.
Okay, so we're gonna get you a +6.
Ivy's the worst level 17 character.
This is why I asked. Damn.
Okay,
No, you're doing good,
I-
buddy. You're doing
I
good.
probably need other stuff,
This is
too. I don't
completely
know.
different from 5th edition. You can buy so much in this game.
Okay. How much is it to go from a +2 to +6 for those 2 items?
32,000 each.
Each?
Yes.
All right, well, we'll do the Belt of Dexterity first, and I'll mark off 32,000 gold.
Could have bought a house.
Why would I buy a
Could've
fucking
bought a
house?
dog?
Could have bought a
Oh,
dog.
that's a good dog.
Look
Good
at that
dog.
doggy.
All right, so I'll add +4 to my Dexterity score. Seems pretty good.
Pretty decent.
And that'll be a
Belt of
26.
Dexterity plus 6. I think we still have one on the corpse of that Pathfinder we acquired a while back. Ah, yes, of course. Do you want just the belt, or do you want the whole thing?
Just the belt.
Oh, but of course.
Thanks. I mean, I don't even think I need charisma. Well, I don't know if
You'll hear the sound of like the dwarf
You
inside
can-
the treasure chest shuffling around with a corpse for a minute, and then they'll come out with a nice belt. It's very slender.
I
You
mean,
could
is there-
get a headband of wisdom that would give you extra spell slots.
Oh, it would.
Yes.
That sounds good.
Hey, dog.
I would like if you could get like a +4, +6. I only have fucking 300 gold anymore, so I can't help.
I
you
mean,
with
I've got 15,000 and bought a fucking house. I think I'm good with what I got.
Yeah, I mean, Zip's planning for the future, not his future. He'll be
Not.
I mean, I signed the contract.
Jitzel,
so
do you need anything?
house is bought and paid for.
I don't think I need anything now.
I mean, you want to buy me a headband of wisdom for
Yeah,
30?
fuck yeah. Yeah, I'll buy you whatever the hell you want. You want a fucking pony?
money bags over here.
My mark off 32k, buddy.
Fucking 32k, one pony
So,
coming up.
Headband of what is
Stone
it?
of Luck is a good item too.
Ooh.
It's a
Alright.
+1 to everything.
So my charisma is going down by 2, and my wisdom is going up by 6. So how much?
To find that, you will look at ability scores for
Can you just tell
Pathfinder.
me?
I
So
can,
hard.
but if
Thank
I help you, you can do it yourself in the future.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking
You
goddamn
teach a
What
man to
an
fish,
asshole.
he fishes forever. Don't teach a man to fish.
Yeah, Fain will be like, that guy sounds like a
Yeah.
douche.
Fishing's not that hard.
He's
All right,
a
where
grown man.
am I
Fishing's
looking,
not that
Garm?
hard.
After about 10 minutes, Noggin, you turn back into a dwarf.
Noise.
Ah!
Your hand is covered in monkey shit.
God damn it.
I will obviously smell it. I'm curious.
Gross.
It smells
dude.
like monkey shit.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna find something to clean off my hand.
The
Throw it.
monkey will just take your hand and like rub it on the table, give it back to you, give you a thumbs up.
It's a good monkey right there.
I'll respond in my very crude remembering monkey. Thank you.
Yeah. You squeak back at him.
See if this
Mr.
guy
Buttons
sells
will,
soap.
will squeak again, and he'll like tuck the paperwork away.
Sure.
He'll take
Perfect.
your signed contract and he'll like fold it up, and he'll hand it to Mr. Fain, and Mr. Fain will cast a spell, and you will see an imp appear, and the imp will take the documents and disappear.
Okay, so
Gone.
bonus spells
just
per
bought that
day is
guy a
I
house.
have 20. I have 20 wisdom now, so I get an additional couple spell slots. Nice. So I had 14 before, so I think okay. So I get an addition. Okay, all right, I'm good.
I'm gonna
Good
grab some water real quick.
How do I change the amount of spell slots I have? There we
You would
go.
have to rest to get those juiced up.
Oh, I just don't. I don't.
But
I don't,
it'll give you bonus to your will save. It gives you a will save.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. I won't even mark these off then. That's fine.
But yeah, if you guys
I
do wind up resting, you will get more.
feel like I'm not. I'm the only useful
Just
thing.
kind
is
of
I
like
get,
are you gonna
another
die
fifth-
beforehand or not, sort of thing.
No. I don't get another 6th level, which is what I really wanted, so it's fine. But the extra will save is pretty nice.
Yeah. So, you guys buy a bunch of stuff. Once you're
And
ready,
I'll just throw gold at this fucker.
yeah, I mean, he'll take your gold and hand it to the dwarf inside the treasure chest. The dwarf will take these things.
Hmm.
Once you guys have finished up, he kind of will pack up his little area. The monkey will go back on his shoulder. He'll fold the treasure chest, close it up or whatever. He'll look up and down the street and be like, well, I think I've done about all the business I can do today. And he'll give you a nod. And with his fingernail on his pinky, he'll slice open a tear in reality. And you'll see a bustling cityscape on the other side. And you can feel the warmth of heat coming through this little slit in reality. And
Before you go,
I'll
I'll ask him his name.
Mr. Fain, broker of the agents.
Mr. Fang?
Fain.
Fain. Broker
Broker.
of the ages.
FEIGN?
Mr. Fain, broker of the ancients.
Nice to meet you,
Ancients.
Mr. Fane.
So you're going back to the plane of the ancients or something.
Oh no, this is just Diz. It's a plane in hell. A lot of good clients there. Need to finish filing your paperwork for that house with the previous owner and restock on some supplies we've run out of.
Is the previous owner in hell?
No. But a lot of these transactions, especially in a neutral city like Absalom, go through either Hell or Axis, depending on which mortgage realtor company you use. And the ones in Hells tend to have better rates, though they take a little bit extra from the sellers, if you get my drift. Part of your soul. They take part of your soul. But you're fine. You're fine. You're good.
Right.
Party assault.
Sure.
They take part of it.
I'd sell my soul to get a
And
house.
I'm not affiliated with Hell. I'm more of an associate of both Hell and Axis. I tend to walk that razor's edge right through the middle. Loyal steward of Abadar at your service.
Well, a pleasure, Mr. Fain. And you too, Mr. Buttons.
Yeah, Mr. Buttons will like squeak, like kind of like give you like a little monkey nod.
Yep.
And yeah, they'll step through, and behind them, like the portal will kind of zip back up and disappear. As you guys are like collecting yourselves, getting ready to head out from this part of Absalom, you'll hear like down the street someone be like, "Oh, someone broke my window! They stole abacuses? What the fuck, man? not my family of abacuses! Oh no! I needed that money!
I'm just going to tuck those abacuses away.
I'm not going to be able to pay for my son's operation now.
God damn.
Fuck, now I'm going to buy this motherfucker a house.
It's Charles and Patty's store.
Those abacuses were their last possessions.
God damn it.
You guys can finish up here and head back to the front line and into the Cairnlands for some sick combats.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
I like to combats.
Are we still level 17?
You are.
Okay.
You're going to level up at the end of this adventure.
Makes sense.
I don't believe you'll need to be level 18 for any of these combats.
I don't even get shit for level 18. I like a teamwork feat.
You might just avoid it altogether. You can head to that first spot on the map. I imagine you mark off one of the scrolls of teleport you bought.
Yep.
To get back to the front lines.
Let's, what is Scroll of Greater Hero? Do we still have Heroism up and running? And Telepathic Bond? It's been 2 hours.
You'll need to redo Telepathic Bond. You still have Heroism.
They last the same amount of time.
Telepathic Bond is 1 minute per level, I think.
Ooh, it's 10 per level.
Oh, then they're both still up.
That's why it's so good.
Yeah, no, they're both still up. You can return to like the front lines, to like this little outpost, and a little past it, about a half mile, is this kind of meeting point. It's like a crossroads between these 4 roads that connect, and it's this low point of these cobbled streets. You see behind this meeting point, like further out towards where the Whispering Tyrant is, there is a big, like, it looks like a rent in the ground. And you can see gravestones just kind of littered across the ground like toothpicks. And from this earth, it looks as if all of it has been kind of churned. And you can see a pretty obvious trail that goes about 50 feet to the center of the crossroads, and you see a massive pile of bodies in the shape of a creature sitting there. You guys are, 500 feet away. You can easily see it. It's like 300 feet tall or something. It doesn't seem to acknowledge you, and it is just sitting there.
Dimension door me on top of it. Let's go.
I mean, we know how this combat goes.
Yeah, we
I'll
know
see
how
you
this
guys
goes.
next.
Dudes.
There
We
is
know
a
what it do.
creature. There is a map.
Things to kill. I think this time I'd like to be just a little bit smarter and put
Maybe we
my
should talk to
my Bane and judgments up before we teleport. in there.
Enormous monstrosity looks like a pile of fresh humanoid bodies shoved into a shambling humanoid shape.
It's like the horse circle we fought before.
Yeah.
The wave of horses.
The wave of horses.
Horse corpses.
Horse corpse.
The horses.
The horse of corpses. It's a horse corpse, of course.
Mm-hmm.
The horpskes. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
We press all of our buttons.
I've presented the map.
Yep. We don't have characters.
Are we on it? or
Sure.
not?
Here's
Oh
some
no! Oh
characters.
yeah.
Oh,
Place them where you will. We will roll initiative.
We also need to talk about how we're disrespecting this creature and sending a message.
Absolutely. I mean, should we do it afterwards, or
I mean, we can disrespect.
we
the
can talk
body
about it as we're murdering it?
Yeah.
Wow,
I
rude.
fought in your general direction.
Okay, let's see. So I need to pick some judgments too. It kind of seems like
Oh, goodbye, Eirrik.
Yeah, all of you go before it. So go ahead and you get teleported there. We roll initiative. You teleport, so you get to place yourselves where you'd like around it.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Dimension door, right?
Yeah.
Correct? That's how you
Cool.
I'm gonna have Bane
what I
and judgments rolling while.
can only do that once you're in combat.
Oh, I can't. I guess I can't do that. Okay, you're right. My bad. I thought I could do.
As soon as you do it, we'd roll initiative, but you can do it your first turn. So
Right, I can only do one at a time. I'm gonna Bane first, so I'll wait for my actual turn.
Jitzel, this thing has a reach of 30 feet.
Boop.
1, 2, 3, 4. So, I mean, I just want to.
Wait, why did it move?
I'm showing Jitzel how big it is. How big its reach
Ah.
is.
I'll be right back there.
That's its
Math.
reach.
Math. Go math.
Because it's very big.
Did Eirrik just
Go math
teleport off
indeed.
this fucking map?
Thank you.
Eirrik's
I'm
not
not in
there
the fight
yet.
yet.
He's way down there.
Eirrik
The-
can't
I
be there
see.
yet. You guys also can be next to each other and be flanking.
Yeah, I know.
Top of the
Figured
round,
we'd-
Eirrik. You
We
teleport
should
over?
probably be okay.
Yeah, I will start my performance, then teleport, then end my turn.
Okay, they aren't affected by it, probably. Unless, can it affect people that are 300 feet away from you?
Oh, yeah, my bad. Yep, you're right. Never mind. I have to start my performance to do the teleport.
Hooray! So your performance is already going.
Yep.
And then you teleport over.
Oh, yeah, I can do 2 things. Holy shit. Yeah, I'll teleport myself. That's my swift and move action, or my standard and move. I'll be done.
Yeah, unless you have dimensional agility.
Nope.
Hugo, you're up.
Sure.
Roll on my-
This thing is, I assume, undead. So we're gonna.
You assume wrong.
What is
The
it?
construct.
Construct.
There you
Sorry,
go.
that was my second guess. I'm gonna Bane constructs. I'm gonna
Sure.
Keep track of these Bane
Way to
points
not
here.
make a knowledge arcana check to identify it as a construct.
Sorry, I'm not a
Jeez.
nerd.
Jeez.
We'll do some attacks here.
I don't know why this
these
is a thing.
all
Like, carry
have
on.
+4.
Did you smite it, Garm?
I can't yet.
No, you can't yet.
Yo.
Hey,
That appears to be a critical hit.
Yo.
Hello.
Guys.
Noggin here.
2 hits and a crit. Let's do some.
Noggin,
math,
get that
boys.
AOO. Eirrik, get that AOO.
Oh, look.
Oh.
A critical hit.
Oh, let's go.
2d6.
It looks like Eirik's going to get 2 attacks now.
I get one of those too, right?
Yep, Eirrik, get a second attack.
And
I will
also
take
Hugo.
another attack.
Oh, look, a crit. Oh, you don't crit on a 17?
All right,
I
somebody
have
Hugo
bare
to start the
hands.
chain again.
These are my
Oh,
hands.
let's go again. All right, Noggin
that-
AOO. Hugo
20.
AOO. Or Noggin
Here
Hugo
we go.
AOO. Eirrik AOO.
Times
Oh,
7.
fuck. All right, well, whatever.
I have
Plus
3 instances of
The
damage.
chain
That's
ends
4
there.
total attacks. So
Noggin, you get to take your turn. This creature's dead.
I know. Like,
I want to do the math because
This
I want to
thing
do the
has
math.
240 hit points.
oh, it's,
Okay.
it's
So
so
I'm
dead.
doing.
I don't
so
know why
dead.
it's here.
I want to do the math. I'm doing 14d6
I mean,
plus
You can do the math if you
16d6.
want.
I'm doing 30d6 plus 77.
I did 2 attacks and almost 100 damage.
I don't
And
do
it
any
has
damage to this. It's
200
damage reduction.
Oh, it is damage reduction?
I just
Oh, yeah,
break
it
my
does.
hands against it.
20.
It has 10 damage reduction. Okay, so I do 80 damage. Oh, no.
I don't
It's
get to go.
it's fine. I do 180 damage that bypasses DR.
And you have +3 to hit and damage from me.
Yep.
Sure, I add an additional 21.
And
I
then-
basically one shot.
I'll take
Wait,
my
you
turn.
Take this thing apart.
What
It
about
is
Fain?
not close.
I did
Yeah.
critical hit. What the fuck?
Yeah, this thing's just kind of sitting there, like, maybe, like, using one of its fingers to, like, poke at the, like, rotting body of, like, a horse or something. It's just kind of, like, poking its, like, head and, like, pushing into its skull cavity. Just kind of, like, idly poking at it. And you guys just pop all around it. It, like, starts turning its head to look up. And you guys just rip through its body, just, like, slashing through its form. And it just kind of, like, soundlessly collapses back into like a heap of bodies as like the magic holding it together breaks and it just falls apart.
Now, Eirrik, how do we desecrate a corpse?
You guys
Teabag.
mechanically can
Teabag it.
describe something if you would like, or you can make a bluff or intimidate check.
Bluff sounds good, Norm. Haven't rolled one of those in a while.
Bluff
I like
sounds
to
good
bluff.
to me too.
What am I bluffing about?
Basically, you can make one of these checks per creature. So what do you say,
Just
Noggin?
posture.
I don't know what I'm supposed to bluff about, but
I
I'll
thought Norm
donate
was
and
going to roll
inspire
the bluff.
confidence to you. You can
As
take a
you're
+4 on
goading
this.
About the same.
yeah, about the same.
Your
Is
mother was a
this
hamster.
all you had for us, Tarbafon? This beast? This worthless piece of meat? We destroyed it. It barely stood up.
I think it was still playing with the dead horse. More interested in that
Your
than
mother was a
serving its
hamster, and
master.
your father smelt
Sure.
of elderberry.
As you say this, the body of the creature that's now just like effectively the unearthed entire graveyard that was over there, dissolves, and in the ashes, you will see, as it kind of sweeps and moves by an unseen hand, you see kind of like a top-down view of a hill and some trees. And inside the trees, you see a bunch of moving figures. And as these figures move through the tree line, you see like a white marble, like the bone of these bodies that dissolved left behind like this pure white colored substance. And of this pure white bone dust, there is like an assemblage of some sort of troops. It looks like it's showing you troop movements. And you can easily recognize these are the troops that Rothos was leading. And these are the trees outside of that area. And you can see all of these black dots descending from the tree line, coming towards the drawing of where Rothos and all of his men was stationed.
Kind of feels like we want to go stop that, huh?
As you say, haha, fuck you, Tarbafon, this happens.
Well, it's time for us to teleport there. We have plenty of scrolls of teleport. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
you can do
go.
that. Now we'll start rolling percentiles, as it matters. Oh, you guys arrive on target. Sure. Where would you like to teleport to exactly inside that encampment?
Kind of. Well, we know where the black dots are coming from, and we know where they are.
Yeah.
So, right the fuck in between. Probably closer to the encampment.
Yep.
I agree, for the most part, unless someone smarter than me objects.
It's a solid way to do business there, Jitzel.
It's good for the economy.
I'm on the moon.
So where would you like to be teleported to inside the encampment? There was like the tower, there was like the area outside, like some of the tents or whatever.
It's kind of near the front line, I guess.
Yeah, near the front
I
line.
mean-
You find yourself in the middle of a pitched battle. There are dozens of undead kind of throwing themselves at the front of this defensive position that the forces of Absalom were holding.
In my head, I imagine it looks a lot like that scene from Infinity War where Thor teleports in and just starts fucking up all the legions of nameless enemies.
Yours.
To Led Zeppelin.
Yours.
That's what I'm thinking this looks like.
Yes. You arrive. Here are yous. Here are numerous undeads. And a larger undead in the back. We'll roll initiative.
Fucking Steven.
There are some like allied units around you. I'm not going to put them on the map. Eirrik, you're up first. You see what looks like a profane troop of undead. This looks like that same continual stream of like undead paladins that were going through the teleporter a couple sessions ago. Also, give me a perception check.
You perceive things.
I've seen one thing.
44.
Do we see our boy,
A
Gildeas?
44. You can see Gildeas. And Gildeas is making his way. He's like back here.
Downtown.
And he is got his bow out and he's like shooting at some undead that are like coming around the rafters and the backs and things like that. But you see he's locked eyes with what looks like one of the paladins in the company of the first guard. You see like a guy, he's looking at someone intently. He's like looking at another thing over here and he's following with his eyes this other paladin, as this other paladin is like making his way across the back of the battlefield. It seems as if this guy is either like following orders or he's like breaking ranks or whatever, but he doesn't have his weapons drawn. He's just moving with a purpose towards the tower. And Gildeas is watching that guy. What do you want to do, Eirrik? There's also like a horde of undead in front of you.
I'm going to teleport you guys in there, then I'm going to sprint over to go deal with that.
You want to go kill the big guy?
Where you are on the map.
Yep. I will... Do you guys... That guy seems important. I think you need a spy.
And we should go kill the big general boss, I think.
I will begin my performance.
Yeah, I don't know if you and I can just deal with this troop. I mean, we can eventually, but
Norm can deal with the troop. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, he
Oh,
can
that's true.
mass heal
Yeah,
and just
that's
Norm's
annihilate
correct.
them.
So, you guys...
Rain, holy
Hugo...
hell.
Shot
Hellfire.
the troop with his maximized laser beam eyes. So he just cyclops beams. through
laser
them.
hands, laser hands.
Does 240 damage to him, and they take double damage because it's an area of effect spell, and they just get exploded.
Yeah, so this thing, it's
So
just a
that'll
They're
meatbag.
dead. Yeah, they're just dead.
I will...
You're teleporting me and Noggin over, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
let's go.
I'm figuring out how my actions work because I also need to move to go try and catch the guy that's running away right now.
You just start your performance, teleport them, then teleport yourself.
Yeah, probably. But that means I don't get to give a smite. That's the only thing I was worried about.
I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, I think they'll kill it. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll burn 2. You guys get a teleport. I will bop right here.
Okay. Yeah, you like basically teleport yourself right in front of this guy in the path he's taking,
Yep.
I presume. He kind of like stops abruptly and enters
Greetings.
the count. He says nothing and kind of just looks at you with a blank stare. You can make a perception check. Also, Wushak is talking shit about you, Ivy.
What? Wushak. I thought we were friends.
You are wrong.
This guy looks very weird.
What's Wushak saying?
Garm,
Yeah.
and his visage, like the expression on his face, you've seen once before. Hugo, you can telepathically tell your friends that this looks like the giant muscle-bound creature that like exploded out of a human form when you were in Fallow Deep.
I will tell them that.
The thing that just like picked up Norm by the head and threw him into a wall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the big muscle dude.
Mm.
Hugo, you gonna full attack this thing?
Yes.
Sure.
Man, Wushak, he's still... I just saw that message that's posted.
All right,
Fucking
light him up.
hilarious. Yeah, I'll Bane Undead. We'll do some
You cannot
stuff.
miss him except on a 1, I believe.
Yep. Just gotta mark it off the sheet.
Dude, I
so
love
we
that they're
don't
like,
forget.
here's these really hard fights, and then at the end of the book, they're like, just let them have fun.
Hey, that's
Hey, that looks like a critical. Let me roll.
2 hits and a crit.
Hey, what from Noggin? The hit.
I also hit. All right. Well,
Go and roll us all that damage. If my creature's alive, he
yep.
will go. You will bypass all his DR, so I will go ahead and add 60 damage after you guys are done damaging him.
Sure. So it's 4. So that's 16d6 plus an
Yes.
addition. Okay. Hold on.
You can roll your damage, Noggin.
I did
Oh, okay. We're just waiting on Hugo.
36, and it was
Yep.
partially
I have
resistant.
to.
So 15.
This is
I threw in the bonus damage from getting through the DR.
Oh God, he's yellow.
6,
Yeah, he's dead.
Yes, he has 240 hit points.
Boop.
Oh, maybe not. He might not be dead. He's close.
108. Sorry. Plus 33.
But he's dead on board. So
Dead on board. He is still alive. Plus 33, you said?
Yeah.
He's 1 hit away from dead. He will go.
nice.
What is his most
He should
powerful thing
attack
he
me.
can do? Yup. We'll YOLO Swaggins this shit.
Oh, is it going to hit me?
Nah, he's gonna plane shift one of you.
What?
It's a will
This
save.
is-
Evens Noggin, odds the other one.
This is why.
Odds the other
Oh,
one.
thank God.
Make a will save,
Damn it.
Hugo.
Damn it.
The
Make it a good
DC,
one.
you only fail on a 1, I'm pretty sure.
Plus 21.
Literally only a 1. DC 22.
Oh
DC
my
22.
God.
That helm of
Good
plus
thing you
6,
bought that
dude.
hat.
Holy shit! I would have been plane
My-
You see
energy
his
dimension.
finger crackle with necrotic energy, as in like his last throws, he touches you like right on the temple with it. He has to make an attack roll technically, but like his bonus is plus 21 to your touch AC. A 31 to touch as he like touches you to the temple, and you see in your mind's eye like the swirling, undefinable eddies of chaos and blight that exist at the reach of reality that is the negative energy plane. You can see your body being ripped apart 1,000 times and disintegrated. But none of that happens, and he's just kind of like, drat. Noggin, you full round this guy, he explodes.
You're fucking dead.
I
Holy
crit him
god!
3
He
times.
explodes.
There's 3 crits.
The
I have
creature
almost
next
as
to
many much
you,
hit points as he does.
Wow.
the creature next to you will emerge from the body it was inhabiting. You notice as it rips free of its flesh cocoon that it had, Garm, it is holding in one hand something. It's got this big, like, sumo wrestler hand, though, and you can't see what it's holding. It would be like a really big person holding onto a USB drive. Like, you can't see the USB drive. He has something in his hand. So he will not take 2 claw attacks. He'll just take 1 claw attack.
Is it pain?
You don't know what it is. It's a thing.
It's a thing. He's got a thing.
He misses you. He swipes once at you and misses. The undead troop goes, it'll attack the shit out of Jitzel.
I have mirror images up.
Yeah, they don't care. They're like a swarm. They just do damage to you. These guys surround you and begin stabbing you 1,000 times, shooting arrows into you and all this sort of crap. You take some non-sequential amount of damage. Do you want to laser beam it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Just zooming through this for you. Gets a natural 1. It'll take full damage times 2. It dies in 1 hit.
Kaboom!
Sorry, plus 50%.
Laser hands.
I'm sorry.
You guys
you do
thought you were OP.
180 damage. It has 10 hit points left. Suck it. There's like
Wow.
one paladin left as you disintegrate the entire troop.
Oh, then I will
Cure light wounds it and yourself and kill it. I don't know.
yeah, cure
Just
serious
saved
wounds mass.
I just saved the spell
It
slot.
explodes. It dies. Top of the round. Eirrik, there's this thing in front of you.
Yeah, they can't. I'm assuming I cannot cheese.
Oh, I'm sorry. Gildeus will go. He'll shoot it a bunch. It takes some damage. You begin bludgeoning it. Your party can come down and accost it. They'll attack it a couple of times. If it has another action, it will attempt to flee and begin running towards the city. You guys will bring it down. In black text. It lost the element of surprise it needed to be successful at what it was trying to do.
What was it trying to do again?
As it dies, you can unfurl its muscly hand, and you see a shard of wood.
Yup.
Oh yes.
Whatever
Does it look
could
like
that
part of a
be?
shield?
It sure does.
It sure does.
It sure does. This encounter is over. Would you like to mock the Whispering Tyrant?
You're goddamn right we would.
Absolutely.
Who would like to do it this time, and what would you like to do?
Oh, I got this one.
I was gonna say I'll step aside and let Eirrik handle it.
Poop on it. Poop on it.
This is what we call a teachable moment.
Throw your poop. Throw your poop.
Oh, you're poop.
Be
This
really
is what we call
condescending.
a teachable moment. Wow.
Hundreds, or not hundreds, but some time ago, our
Oh my God.
lady Arazni, she was, pretty fucking good at what she did.
Our
She
fair
wandered
lady.
around. Our fair lady, you're correct.
Thank you.
And she helped in a lot of ways and, was a pretty substantial force. Unfortunately, this shield, I'll begin going into detail about the shield of Arizant and, all the things that were going
So
on
you're
there.
trying to bore
Sure.
him to
As
death.
you're talking shit, as you are in fact the one talking
Onward.
shit, I'm gonna roll this d20.
Seems good.
Does a 51 hit your touch AC?
100%.
Jeez.
Cool.
Oh my God.
Go ahead and make a fortitude save. Go ahead and make 2 fortitude saves and take the lower. Cool. As Garm is like monologuing and talking shit, you see a beam hit him in the chest. And as you look up and see where the beam's coming from, you see Tarbafon 500 feet in the sky. Garm, you were hit with a True Strike, Greater Reach Metamog, Mythic Empowered, Maximized Reach Disintegrate.
That's so
I have
many
+2 to
words.
this. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I think I'm
gonna
still
roll
just
some dice.
disintegrated. It's maximized. I don't think you have to.
I don't know how to roll 60d6.
Didn't you say it was maximized?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
You don't need to roll that
You
60
take 360 damage and 6 con damage.
Yeah, I'm true dead.
Yeah, Garm is disintegrated. The Whispering Tyrant teleports away.
Good thing we have that spell of resurrection.
You're on his radar now. And we'll go ahead and end the session there.
Seems like you're on his radar.
Wow. I have a scroll of raised dead.
Yeah, so like Garm's just fucking vaporized. There's just a pile of dust. There's just a pile of dust where he was.
Eirrik? I pull out the scroll of raised dead and I just kind of look at it. I'm like, Eirrik?
The Whispering Tyrant immediately withdraws after that, but if the PC survives, the display of resilience increases Tarbafon's frustration by 1. He did not survive.
You got smited. Damn.
That's why he bought a
Damn.
scroll of miracle.
He expended 2 uses of his mythic power to obliterate the PC as they failed the saving throw. I don't know if he actually failed, so I'm actually going to roll the damage because you might not have failed the save, but we'll see. I'm going to get a dice roller.
What was it, 33, right?
30.
Well, he'll either take
31.
300 and what'd you say, 360 or 180 if he passes, right? Is 180 true
180,
dead
I
you?
live.
180 he lives. Yeah. He's not even down at 180.
I'm
Yeah,
still
we're not
standing.
all
Con
weak
damage.
little bitches like you.
True.
Wow, Noggin is the same
But
health
he
as
does
me.
take
6 con
times
damage.
150%. So it's
180 plus 90.
so
is
it's
what, 270?
336 halved.
So you live that.
168.
So it's 168, but he also takes con damage, which might hurt him
Drop
as well.
him.
Yeah.
But he's not true dead, so we don't have to use a miracle scroll.
If disintegrate drops you below 0, it turns you to ash.
Never mind.
That's what the spell does.
That makes
So it really
sense. I
depends.
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's probably dead.
Garm did roll high enough to save, so let me see here.
He's got 18 hit points left.
Oh, he only has 18 hit points?
Yeah.
I'm super
So
dead.
if he only takes 1 point of con, yeah. So I have to roll. Here we go. We have to roll this die and see if we roll a 2 on it. Garm's dead, 2 or higher. Yo, let's go!
He's alive!
You take
Let's
7.
go!
If you
Let's
level up,
go!
if you level up, you would take 18 Constitution damage.
Let's go!
So you lose 1 point of Constitution, which does not drop your con score. You survive. It increases his frustration by 1.
I'll continue my monologue about the Shield of Arazat and how even
my
though
God.
I'm
He glares
I've been-
at you.
present for so many Radiant Fires, but this one still wasn't enough.
All right. Yeah. We'll end there. You are not obliterated, Garm.
I will begin crying for Norm to fix me.
I will click this one button and almost will heal you.
Thank you.
That is the 1 point of this whole book that I've been the most excited for.
One big I mean, you
it's
said
almost
like
like
super
plus 35
radicalistic
touch.
expialidocious disintegrate.
Attack plus 35 touch, 60d6 times 150%.
Wow.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
effectively 90d6.
Wow.
Yes, combat is over. You guys, after that harrowing encounter, are level 18. And yeah, we'll
Nailed
pick
it.
this up next week for what will be our last session.